Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Yeah. Okay, mic's on. You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show.
She must have a smile for his nostalgic tale. Never coming near what you wanted to say, only to realize we never really was. She as she rises to apology, everybody else wants you to know. Watching her go.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Look. Hey, okay, yeah, it's a game. There's now 0032. You're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show live from Vienna, situated here in the Blackie Fitzpatrick Library Studios. We're talking 10th District. Look. Central European time. It's Saturday morning. We're expecting rain in about an hour and a half. I don't see any stars. Clink. Whoa. Okay. Look. Here's the deal. Today's show is called what? I think SILLy Stuff or whatever. I think I've done a couple of shows called SILLy Stuff. Can you imagine every time you try to come up with a dumb name for a dumb show? It's actually quite easy. All you have to do is write SILLy Stuff or whatever and on. It's so that part check. Get a title. Look. I'll be honest with you. Part of me just wants to like sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Why not? I know you're watching the King of Lo-Fi, the King of Acceptance. Except I have rules. Not really, because I'm not a cop, so you can do whatever you want. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't have rules. I have wishes. The show is PG-13. I'm not a political mouthpiece. I am not a religious mouthpiece. Last time I used a mouthpiece was when I played clarinet, and that was many, many years ago. I am look. Okay, look. I'm the kid. No, I'm just a guy who plays music and lo-fi, you know, and it kind of lowers the bar there. The expectations that I have for tonight's show are really like, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Yesterday's show, mega awesome. That was Thursday's show. I did a show on Wednesday. That was also fun. And so tonight's show, I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't. I'm looking at a picture of the Doobie Brothers. They all look depressed, except for the guy in the back right. He's super stoned. He's in a good mood. This is called my startup. Some people call it Blackie's ramble. Look. No, it is my ramble. Hey, I haven't talked about this. There's a brand new Rambo movie coming out. Or if I did, I forgot about it. Ramble, rumble, rubble, trouble. Look, this is how one of the coolest things about being over 30 is that if my mind starts to drift, I'm allowed to. I think, look, I think it's creative. It's like, look, have you ever analyzed the lyrics for an Eminem song? Think about it. What did I do today? Okay. Woke up, I blew my nose. This is what I feel like right now. No, I must have done something. Oh, I had a surprise visit from Mr. Ben Arsling. Maybe I should play some Ben Arsling today. I haven't played that stuff for a while. I've been hooked on playing the hits and requests and trying to get in trouble. Looks like YouTube's pulling back though. They're like, I don't know. It looks like I don't get reruns in USA, but I can still watch my shows. No, yesterday's show was a lot of fun, actually. I tremendously enjoyed it. Anytime I go over 10, I think to myself, whoa, for real? I get to sing Sinatra, and the Walrus was cool about it, and I went on like super, super late. She asked me today in the morning, she says, Blakey. And she calls me, hey, you. No, she did call me Blackie, and she said, Blakey. She says, why'd you stay on so long last night? And I was like, I was having fun. I know I was reading the chat there, and people were taking bets on bitcoins about when I was going to like hit a wall or the walrus was going to hit me, and I just seemed to have fun. And I was copacetic. And I woke up, no headache. I'm still here. What did I do today? I didn't post produce anything. I just knew I woke up and I had a good feeling. I thought to myself, hey, you know what? That was a fun show last night. A lot of people coming in, coming out. A lot of thumbs up, and it's not my ego. It's our egos. No, it was a good crowd, good chat. Everything was clean. There was no weirdos, and I had a lot of fun. And we got a new person too, Candy Smith or something like that. I can't remember the last name, but I remember the name Candy. And so we've got a new person to join the Blackie Fitzpatrick family. Can you imagine if somebody tells a friend and tells another friend at a certain point, I might sell books. That was meant to be a joke. No, it's now 0038. Okay, I'm gonna ramble more into. Then I'm gonna play some song, and then I'll turn on the chat and see what's going on here. No, what did I do? Yeah, Mr. Ben Arson came around. Hung out with him briefly, actually. We were just touching base. He was in the area. And Walrus is at work. I talked to my mom a little bit today. That's about it. Pretty relaxing, actually. It sounds good. That's exactly what I wanted today, actually. No, outside on my street. I was going to film it, but it just didn't seem right. There was thousands of people outside my door. Police officers like crazy. I think I've showed it before for anybody who watches me on my Facebook stuff. Every time they have a political rally, there's a big vote here in Austria on Sunday, and everyone's all, feeling like super glue, and everyone's on the street. Around here, there was this big. I'm not political, so I'm not going to like push any party or anything, but there was a bunch of politics stuff going on. And although I did hear Van Halen jump a lot, so that was pretty cool. Isabel said she heard them play Pavarotti, but there was a big sound system. Well, when I say big, I mean medium-sized. It wasn't small, and but enough for thousands of people. It wasn't mega, but it was good. And the TV was everywhere, and I was just trying to like go out and buy beer at the local store, and I had to go through all these people, and. It made me feel like I was back in Notting Hill. I tell you, every Portobello Road. Anybody who's ever been in London, every Saturday. I was having flashbacks today. Every Saturday. That's when the Portobello Market opens up. And if you don't know, now you know. And look, just to go out and buy toilet paper on a Saturday was like always think about it on a Friday. You know, necessities and stuff. Even getting beer was not so hard because I only had to walk across the masses. They're literally on this one road, Portobello Road. I live right next to Portobello Road, 2 streets away. Close enough, trust me. And the place where I used to go was called Odd Bins. That's a great name, Odd Bins, and that's where I used to buy my beer and wine and stuff. And and that was I had to like go through that the people just for like a tiny road. Portobello Road is not a huge road, but the food store and all the other stuff, you got to walk. You have to go on the road, and it's like time to slow down. Time to slow down. No, I like Portobello Road. I could talk about Portobello Road. Well, I was only there for 7 years, but I could talk about Portobello Road for about 7 years. I would bore myself to tears because I lived it. But the houses are pretty and whatever and all that stuff. Portobello Road is a fun place. Look. I'm digressing. No, I don't like crowds. It's funny because I like to be on stage and look at like millions of people. Okay, the biggest show I ever did, I'll be honest, only 5,000 people, and like real people that I could see. I've done TV shows where like I don't know, a million or whatever watching. I think it was 1.3 million was the biggest live TV show that I ever did. Hey, for Austria, that's pretty big. Trust me, that means like everybody's watching. But to have a million people watching, I kind of think to myself, I don't really know who they are. But when you do the live thing, on a stage, I was open air on the Danube Island Festival. Hey, that sounds fancy. And I had 5,000 people. And I remember my first wife was in the audience, and she said, "I'll show up later. Sound check. I got to be there all day and all that stuff." So she'll show up for the thing. And I said, okay. I went on stage and I was sitting there looking. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? 5,000 people. Right? I'm like, where's my wife? And you know what? I found her. Oh, it's so romantic. And I blew her a kiss. And then she handed me the divorce papers. Oh, it was such a lovely year. I'm exaggerating a little bit. No, she didn't dump me then. Look. The Black. This is not like a bittersweet symphony. When I say all these jokes, these are old stories. I tell you, man, it's amazing to be still alive. I'm getting to the point now where I'm thinking, is it like halftime? And am I going to enjoy the third and fourth quarter of this game of life? I don't know. We'll see. And there's another part of me that says, I don't even think I made it to halftime yet. I think I'm still in the second quarter. I don't know. They say that has something to do with genes. Some people call it luck. Some people call it a lot of different things. I mean, whatever, right? The important thing is that if you're breathing, that's it. If you're breathing, it doesn't matter if you're in a good mood or a bad mood. I hope you're in a good mood, but if you're in a bad mood, still breathing, join the club. If you're watching me from prison, I hope that the people there are nice to you. I'll be honest with you. When I was in prison, that was my number one objective. As soon as I got there, well, first I realized that I don't think I'm going to be able to break out of here. It looked pretty solid. That's what you do. And then my second thing was, I think I need to find some friends. Think, hold on a second. Is the Blackie Fitzpatrick show a prison for me? Am I projecting? No, I'm talking about Portobello Road and nice stuff. Clink, cheers from the other. I don't know when the walrus is going to come home today, but I can guarantee you I'm going to stay on for at least another 45 more minutes. And as we go from Portobello Road, now I would love to take you to Baker Street. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Yes, Baker Street is in London.
Lighting your head and there, thinking away, forget about everything. This city doesn't make you feel so cold. So many people brought it, got no soul, and it's getting so long. Find you alone in the cold. Used to think that it was so easy. Used to say that it was so easy. But you're trying now. Another year and then you'll be happy. Just one more year and then you'll be happy. But you're crying now. He's got this dream about cars and landers, don't give up the blues and one night stand. And it's so much quiet little town, forget about everything. But you always keep moving, you know he's never gonna stop moving. 'Cause he's rolling, he's rolling. When you wake up, it's a new morning. The sun is shining, it's a new morning. You're born, you're born.
Baker Street, Jerry Rafferty. Talk about one-hit wonder. What a great song. 1978. I was 10 years old when that track hit the look. Maybe I was 9. There was I don't know what month it came out. It sounds like a summer hit. Like I was a kid. I liked that song when I was a kid. I thought, oh, at that point I already got addicted to radio, and I don't know why. I think because TV was boring. No, I'm a musician, so I could find the music. I love the radio. You can just turn it to whatever you want to do. Now we have YouTube. If you don't like anything, you just turn it. It's like radio. You just turn the channel and find something that you like. And if you found me, look, I am the king of distraction. Trust me. Today I am going to talk about nothing. I'm not Raina 4321. God bless her. I love her. I saw her. She was live today, and I like touching base with her sometimes. And I should invite her onto my show. Actually, she might like it. Actually, but look. Everybody's doing different things. What did I watch? I watched Fox 10 Phoenix. I like that one. That show is great. Fox 10 Phoenix. If you don't know it, it's great. They go live every day. I think they're live right now, maybe. And they show half the time. It's like just live feed. It's better than C-SPAN. Because it's not only Washington D.C., but it's like a little bit of C-SPAN mixed together with like National Geographic, mixed together with Gloom Tube, helicopter rescues and all this stuff. That I tell you, they flip the chat. They never get political. To be honest with you, I mean, I think they might have a leaning. But they don't really talk about it that much, which is cool. They just show stuff. That's what I'm trying to do here. I mean, anybody can take an educated guess, but I don't vote, so it doesn't really matter for me. I was brought up in a very conservative family in Massachusetts, and that's my middle name. No, my middle name is Whittier. Who do we have here? We got Mike. We got Joan. Actually, Kang. I saw Karen Blue. If I miss your name, it doesn't really matter. If you haven't joined the chat yet, now's your chance to. I see Raging Cajun. Look. The Black Factor shows black acceptance. And so it is what it is. I tell you, though, yesterday's show, and thank you. I think most of you guys were there yesterday. Some people come, some people don't. But yesterday, it seemed like it was a perfect day for me, perfect time or whatever for me to come on. I know I was fed up with listening to the news. I'll be honest with you. I get bored. I like watching the news. I was watching this interview with the Walrus the other day. Something on YouTube and stuff. And it was an old interview, obviously, because it was with Mr. Frank Zappa. And they were asking Frank Zappa all these questions. And he's so funny. I like this guy. And they said, they were asking him, one of the questions was, do you like to watch TV? And he was like, sometimes. And they were like, well, what's the favorite stuff that you like to watch on TV? And he said, C-SPAN. And I understand why because there's nobody talking, right? They just show people talking or show somebody getting ready to talk. It's like there's so much air and opportunity for an individual to make up one's own mind instead of waiting for it to come onto the news. He didn't say he likes to watch the news. Because there's a big difference between C-SPAN in the old days, and even nowadays. Unfortunately, I can't watch C-SPAN over here. It's banned in Europe. Isn't that weird? It's kind of cool in a funny way. It's banned. I can't watch it here. Nope. I can watch everything else, but C-SPAN can't get it. Nobody's. Gramps puts on Fox illegally, but Jujubee, they put it on illegally. Nobody wants to put on C-SPAN, so I haven't watched that one for years. But I think nowadays, Frank Zappa, if he was still alive, he'd probably be like, so what do you do? What do you watch? And he'd be like, Fox on Gramps. I don't use the television. At least that's how I would like to think of myself. Look, that's how I met all you guys. So otherwise, I wouldn't be doing a show. No, look. I'm going to keep this theme here going. Baker Street. Portobello Road. I'm talking. These are, how many songs can you write about places, streets, roads, avenues about London? Well, I can think of one right now. It came to my head because I remember when I was walking down the street one day in Brixton. I know I was talking about Brixton the other day. This is what made me think about this. And I never played this song before on my show. And I'm not even going to say anything. I'll just say that I was walking down the street one day. I was going to a recording studio, a nice studio actually, and I was working as a bass player and a co-producer. And I looked at the sign, and I thought to myself, "You got to be kidding me! I thought this was just a song. It's a real place." Just like the Blackie Fitzpatrick show. Oh no, I gotta press the right button. How come? Okay, look. The Blackie Fitzpatrick show is about acceptance. It's not about beating oneself up. But this song is kind of funny. 17 million views. Okay, it looks like it's kind of a hit too. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Oh, we down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Working so hard like a soldier, can't afford a thing on TV. Deep in the heart of your warrior, can't get food for the kid. Good God, we gonna Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Oh, we down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Who is to blame in what country? Never can get to the one. Dealing in multiplication, and they still can't feed everyone. Oh no, we gotta rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Oh no, we gotta rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Out in the street, out in the street, out in the playground, in the dark side of town. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Hey, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Oh, yeah. Electric Avenue, Electric Avenue, Electric Avenue.
Eddie Grant. Another one-hit wonder. I tell you, I love the one-hit wonders. Electric Avenue. No, it's a great place in London, in Brixton. And that's the place where you go to buy very strong marijuana. I'm quoting JB. Hey, JB. Look. I had no idea. I was walking down the street, and the studio was just down the road. And I was like, I looked up and I was like, Electric Avenue? And I found out, yes, that's the Eddie Grant. Sounds like he's Jamaican. Wrote a song when he was in London. and he made that smash hit, Electric Avenue. That was a big hit back in the day. And, and that's he wrote a song about a place to go in London, in the ghetto of London. Brixton is one of the ghettos of London. I never lived there. I had a girlfriend from there. I used to work there in the studios. They have a great concert place there as well, Brixton Academy. But it's the road. It's like a couple of streets away from the subway, and obviously the police know that that's where the drug dealers go. And if you want to go buy drugs there, look, they're selling it like 6 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever, 24/7. You go there, you get what you want. They even sell drugs at the Burger King. I found that fascinating. This part of London is Brixton. It's a very look. Some people say London has 10 million. I say 12, but there's a lot of people in London. It's a big city, and it's a bunch of different little villages, and one of them is called Brixton, and that's the place where whatever Electric Avenue, do whatever you want. Look. Razor says he's hungry. Mike's got stuff to do. Look, you guys, everybody can come in and out. It doesn't really matter. I'm here at least for another 27 minutes. And we'll see what happens when the walrus comes home. You never know. Sometimes it's like flipping a coin, right? You never know. Walrus comes home. She says, stay on. I want to hear cool music. And I'll be honest with you, she likes to read the chat. She likes you guys. Look. And but it depends on everything. Look. I get the sniffles tonight. I wash my hair. Maybe that's why my hair is still wet a little bit. Oh no! Today was mild. It wasn't super warm, but it was warm, and it was in the. It got up to like 73, 74. It's not so bad. I can't complain. The wind was from the south. So it wasn't a cold air that was coming through, and so that was quite nice. Hello, friend says, I told them they were aiming at the wrong thing, blaming the guns for mass shootings, when it's really people that can't handle adversity when things go wrong in life. That is correct. No, I definitely concur with that. The problem with being mental and being a gun owner is that it's not a good mix. Look, I used to be a gun owner, and I got the license. I did everything all legit, and I'll be honest with you, I'm glad I didn't. That was one of the things I did today. I was watching this stuff in Dallas. That was on Fox 10 Phoenix. I never saw anything like this before. A murder case live on television. I thought, that's interesting. I was surprised that the mainstream media wasn't playing it. That's what I like about Fox 10 Phoenix is it was just live feed. And I tell you, I can't remember the girl's name, but that lady cop who went to the 4th floor instead of the 3rd floor and ended up shooting an innocent man. Because she was afraid that she was being burgled. And it's almost understandable on many respects. But I don't think she was mental, but she managed to, but she's a cop. And I could definitely see remorse in her eyes. I don't know if anybody watched any of that today. It looks like it's a 2-week trial, but today was the first day I sort of caught up with that, and I was watching that. And I just thought, God bless you, girlfriend, because she didn't want to kill the guy. I don't think this is definitely not premeditated. So she'll get manslaughter, and hopefully they're going to treat her nice. But that's just the prison side of the whole story. But to actually have to wake up every morning and go, oh man, I really did that. She screwed up, went to the wrong floor, and she killed an innocent person. Can happen. It's called bad luck or whatever, right? Like we talk about karma sometimes here on my show. Look, I don't know what it's called. Things happen for a reason, right? That's just the part we're not supposed to really. I don't even know if we can fathom it as human beings. I'll be honest with you. We can speculate, and I like stuff like that, speculating, and I studied a lot of that stuff, and I go, okay, whatever. I read a couple of books, right? Actually, too many books. No, I read enough, and then I was like, I give up. I'm just going to use my sensory, my when I was studying philosophy. I'm like, okay, this stuff is driving me crazy, and because if you think about it too much, it's not really healthy. I'll be honest with you. I think I don't want to. No, I'm going to upset people with my theories here. It's not conspiracy theories. It's just something that I don't know. Something that I learned. How old was I? 21, 22 years old, and it's something I learned, and I was like, let me say this in the right way. If I can do whatever it is that I want to do, all right, for a start. Okay, so I do something. Cause and effect, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So okay, action, boop, or non-action, same thing. And my mom sent me something the other day, and breathing is the most important thing. All this other stuff is ego, which is, look, I'm not saying ego is a bad thing. It's just something we get to live with. If we've got an ego, okay, then whatever, right? Ego is not a bad word. Sometimes people use the word ego and they go, oh, you have a big ego, and it's a negative connotation the way they're throwing it out. But I'll be honest with you, ego is just like it's kind of just what it is. I don't put any judgment on egos, but the ego ultimately it doesn't really add up to rich dollars and cents. It's not really anything. It's something that we make up with our brain, right? We need a brain to make an ego. So if you take away the brain, there's no ego. Some people say that's good. But it really is that breathing type of thing. And crying. Look, I saw my daughter being born. I saw her first breath, the first time she cried. Look, you see it in TV and all this stuff. I saw it in real life. It's pretty cool. It's nice to be in the room. And I was like, yep, she's alive. It was that breathing thing. And after that first good breath, then comes the crying. That's what life is. The opposite of that is no breathing and no crying. I don't want to sound simplistic, but it is actually rather simple. I'll be honest. That's just the way it is, man. This is a pretend scratch. Okay, look. I got to play another song here because I need to get another beer from the other room. Actually, I haven't played this one for a while. Let's just go for it after a commercial break.
Zurück zum Ursprung.
Okay, here we go. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Peter Gabriel. I remember the first time I heard this song, I thought to myself, this is going to be a hit. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds awesome. on your end. Put on your dancing shoes in slow motion. Sledgehammer. Peter Gabriel. A great track. One of the great album, actually. So, look, the one of the cool things that I like about that album is that it took Peter Gabriel, this is a true story, 4 years to write that record, that album. And I thought, 4 years? what I could do if I had 4 years in one studio, the top studio, to make a record, together with all my friends, like including Ben Arson and Philip and Anna from Vinehara and whoever else I could drum up. I'd love to get Reese Gabrels to work with me again, and Jay Maskus from Dinosaur Jr. If I could 4 years to make 10 songs. I tell you, maybe I had it in a previous life. Actually, no, in the old days, everything was all quick. In the 80s, things started to slow down. It was like, hey, you know what? Same thing with Kate Bush. It's like, let's put out a record every 4 years. I'll tell you, those English people. I don't know if they're arrogant or clever, but I would love to be able. Hey, what are you doing? I'm still working on that song. When's it gonna get finished? Give me 4 years. Okay, cheers from Vienna. Yeah, be honest with you. I am emulating that already. It takes me a long time. It's a pretend scratch. It takes me a long time to get stuff out. And what was I thinking about playing the other day? Now I remember. I wanted to play this. It does sound better. Lo-fi is interesting because it challenges our ears.
Yeah, I don't even smoke no more, but somehow I stay out. Quit my job, my bug out, made my choice, smile. And I swear that I can't do this for me. Yeah, that's how you don't even know where to begin. You don't be shy, you smoke that. I don't even smoke no more, but somehow I stay out. Quit my job, my bug out, made my choice, smile. And I swear that I can't do this for me. Yeah, that's how you don't even know where to begin. You don't be shy. Yeah. Where do I start? Most these men weren't here from the start. Stay for the sun, disappear in the dark. Stay queued up and stay clear of the shots. Shout out Kunz was there in the park. Said this year when I clear in the charts. All these girls shed tears from my heart. Trying to find one that don't care for my past. Still no passion, fear in the bar. That's why I'm still not here from the dark. When I hit a lick, then I share it with Mark. I'm be the one to take care of my dogs. Someone was there in my yard. Sometimes they never hear him was on. Snakes in the clip, don't bear on the grass. Can I get the mic when the rear was start? Heart's too big and the beat's too loud. Jump on the stage, go and do me proud. Don't you ever let them see you down. Don't you ever let them take your crown. Give a fuck if they're easily pleased. Thank God I got a reason to breathe. Suddenly I get weak on my knees. Thank God the dream is disease. And it's just gonna kill me. And it's just gonna kill me. Damn. And it's just gonna kill me. All these penis snacks and these cheap ass flights. It's mad, my nigga, you fool me. Been through a lot, but I'm sure that's still me. Or maybe I'm not gonna come so fast. I'm so it's the real me. I can't wait till the 6 can kill me. Dreams disease when I think that I caught it. So many dreams when I went and I caught it. I can't even afford it. Should've played safe on straight to my home. It's too late now, I can't turn back. Time's one thing that you can't turn back. So please listen to the words I rap. There's been vision every verse I snap. Heart's too big and the beat's too loud. Don't you ever let me see you down. Don't you ever let me see you down. Don't you ever let me see you down. They say that we dream too big. They say that we lost our minds. They say we got the dreams disease. And I tell them that keeps me alive. Keeps me alive. If I fall before I fly, I just pray my dreams can see. If I lose it all before I die. If I fall before I fly, I just pray my dreams can see. If I lose it all before I die.
That was Stormzy with a song called Dreamer's Disease. That was by request. It looks like Joan said she wanted to hear the New Radicals. Whoops. That song is called a different title. But that was Dreamer's Disease. I never heard that one before. But look. Hey, look. It's the same thing with going on Google. You never know where you're going to end up. Everything is kind of like you're roaming and commercials and ads, and who knows what's going to happen. Oh, we're in an ad right now. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. B-52s. I love that song, Rome. There was look, top 40. Wasn't a number one, but I like that song a lot. Yeah, hi, Joan. Like, hi, Kiwi. Joan says, hi, Alec. I can only respond. Hi, Joan. No, look. Oh, now I get it. Hi, Alec. Look, I did this last night. As soon as I pull this out, the walrus comes home. It's Murphy's Law. Watch this. Look, look. She couldn't even finish what I made for her last night. Now it's time for me to, I know, JB, you said you wanted to go live. And look, we'll see what happens here. I have no idea. To be honest with you, I'm flexible. Not as flexible as I was when I was under 30, but I am still, look. The responsibility of being the king of lo-fi is zero. First start. It's something that I remind myself about usually around 6 o'clock in the evening. It is now 0133. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Look, the 6 o'clock in the evening reference meant when the church bells go. Look, I hear the churches. Look, I'm in a city here, right? Vienna is the capital of Austria, and so at 6 o'clock they put on all the church bells. Lovely sound. I like that sound, actually. I'm not religious. I like bells. I also like whistles. And now watch this one. She's going to walk through the door in a second. My boyfriend, girlfriend hormones. Is that even a word? Probably. No, I just want to get stoned. No, I'll be honest with you. I think it's healthy. And look, I was talking to my doctor today. I try to touch base with him at least once a day. And Vinny Bubats. And Vinny was like, he says, dude, man. He says, how's your homegrown going? I says, it's good. He says, is it organic? And I said, yeah. I didn't put any jive in it. He says, good. He says, it's healthy for you. And I said, how can you be so sure? He says, I smoke it. And I was like, oh, okay. So if my doctor, look. A lot of people think that doctors don't smoke cigarettes. Incorrect. A lot of people think that pilots are not alcoholics. Incorrect. A lot of people say, look, I'm being serious here right now. A lot of people think that everybody who wrote the Declaration of Independence or whatever, all this stuff, that everybody was hammered. Correct. Napoleon, drunk. Hitler, drunk. Even the good guys are drunk. Everybody's drunk. Look. World leaders, give me a break. Well, hold on a second. Is there a cocktail party that we're supposed to go to now? Hold on a second. How come we're always going to these cocktail parties? Otherwise, we can't think. Don't think. Drink. Hold on a second. Did I just imply that most pilots are drunks and alcoholics? I don't know. No, I think that the show is not political. I'm trying to be funny here. I think that who I've never met. I don't think I ever. No, the only person I ever met was the Kennedy. I met Kennedys. So yeah, I have met politicians. Yeah, I met the Kennedys. I met Ted Kennedy. I didn't like him. I met John F. Kennedy Jr. Didn't like him. It was about their aura. I didn't care that they were alcoholics. It was something about the caste system. That's what bothered me. I don't even know what the caste system meant. Look, hey Candy, Candy's back in the chair. Hey Candy, I chatted with Elena today and briefly, and she says be nice to my friend Candy. I said Elena, take a chill pill. She was on my show last night. That's you, Candy. And I said, yeah, she's in. I wrenched her. She was like, oh, good. I like her. So look, look, Candy, you're in the club now, whether you like it or not. And I think Elena, at this time, well, in Russia, what time is it now? It is now 0337 in Moscow. So she has hit the pillow, and it's going to be game over for her, I believe. But no, she wrote to me, and she was a day late and $1 short, but no, she mentioned your name. Hey, I think I hear a walrus. We have a walrus. I told you. I told you. I could smell it. I could feel it. It's the Murphy's Law trick, and that's the fun part about this. Oh, we have a request from Kiwi Lover. Yeah, I can do that one. I love that song, actually. I don't know. Should I play Rick James? I don't know which one will get me banned first. Although I've been saying this recently, YouTube is pulling back with the yellow caution flag for some reason. We got a commercial break here. Hold on, I didn't.
Bei Alt.at haben Sie 3 Wochen, um Ihre Ware zurückzu...
Hiccup. How come it says new order? Oh, there we go. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. I hope this sounds good on your end. Does this have the long intro? Yeah, now I remember.
And the winner is MC
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. My, music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. What I do right, it's good. When you know you're down, I see you go over from the whole town. No, it's such an good. You can't touch it. I told you, oh boy, you can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you know you can't touch this. Look in my eyes, man, you can't touch this. You don't really bust that phone, you can't touch this. Freshman kids and bands, you gotta like that, and you know you don't think it's so cool. Out of your seat, and get a fire and catch this keep on rolling. Hold on, pull up, and let it know what's going on like that. Like that. Pull on now, pull on back, let them know that you're too much, and this is what you can't touch. Yo, I told you, you can't touch this. Why you standing there? You can't touch this. Yo, sound the bell, school is in trouble. Bad your song. All right, make no sense.
But it started with a little bit of a contest. Actually, 3 contests from me, but it was
Bad
First, she told me her husband had an accident and can't in the apartment, but can't attend dinner because he fell and in bed. Next thing was, she told me one carpet here is totally slippery. Be careful, it will step on it. Of course, I forgot it the next time. It was, whoa! I almost fell, did something like that, and broke one glass. So it wasn't. Yeah, luckily, nothing bad, really bad happened, because if I really fall down, I could hurt myself. And the next thing was, 4 guests were trapped in the elevator for half an hour till the fire workers came and rescued them.
Can't touch this.
Was it enough for one evening?
You know you have that.
Yeah, it's 150 euros. And I said, I will make something again and call you and thank you very much. She was happy with me. And another old customer already wrote to me, and we have time next week on Thursday. So every day at least one catering at the moment. It's amazing. I don't even know what to do. Bye, but yeah, fine.
Stop. Have a time. Every time you see me, my hammer's just so hype. I'm going for the board and I'm magic on the mic. Now why would I ever stop doing this? I was making records and just don't get. I put around the world from London to the Bay. It's how go round the here we go down in the West End and play. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
And 150 is also very okay for 5 hours. So, huh?
MC
Okay,
Hammer by
yeah.
request. Oh, I like that song actually. I don't play it a lot. I like this song too. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
You have contact with Ben again? Yeah. You have contact with Ben again? Yeah. Really? Remind me that I have to call the top 2 persons tomorrow because of the catering. It's anyway one of my favorite customers who asked me, so I try to move my cleaning. If not, then I have to do things on one day, whatever. Boom. I don't know, was it so hot today? I was sweating like crazy. Outside it was super warm. Yeah, I was sweating like a pig and I have the feeling I'm so hot. Get my heart on the room. No. But like whole day I'm feeling like this. And I'm super tired. That's why I needed so long to come home because it was super warm. No, I went with the car there. Oh. Yeah, it was when I left, I thought, fuck that, take the car. It is around Rathaus in the evening you get normally. It's not hard to find a parking space normally. So I forgot to bring a lighter. Yeah, but it's all, yeah. But it's dangerous if it's too short.
Sometimes. Very good.
I don't know, I'm so tired. I don't know why. Anyways, well, I don't know. Or it's just canceled yesterday, or the situation, or everything.
Everybody's excited.
Okay, let's say hi. Hi! Back! The working walrus is back. WW. But actually, I would prefer to be a manatee than a walrus. But a walrus likes to eat scallops, so. There's nothing wrong with that one. Yeah, genau.
Correct.
Yes.
Cheap Trick, Surrender. Yeah, thank you guys for the welcome wishes. Welcome back home. The Walrus is here.
The working walrus.
The Working Walrus has now landed, but you had I know you don't really want to be part of my show, but you told me some interesting stories. She almost had a near-death experience.
No.
She also damaged property. That's correct, or?
Wait.
She damaged property while at work. And
4 of the customers were trapped in an elevator.
there was an incident. There was an incident involving an Otis elevator, and it looks like it was kaput, and everybody got stuck. That's always fun, isn't it? What you said? 30 minutes in the elevator?
Mm-hmm. Everybody was waiting for the guests to come, but
those poor rich people
come because they were stuck.
Those poor rich people. They look 30 minutes. For me, I would be like, you know what? I'm breaking the rules, and I would just have a cigarette and wait to get rescued.
Yeah, but with 4 people, the other 3, I think, wouldn't like it if you smoke in the small room. And I think it got very hot inside after 30 minutes.
I'm sure it got hot inside. Okay, do you think it would be okay if I vaped?
No.
How about if I just ate a piece of hash? So I would sit down on the ground and take a chill pill.
There's no space to sit on the ground if it's a small old elevator. So, and 4 people are inside. No space for sitting. They had to stand for 30 minutes and wait patiently and sweat like pigs.
Well, if there's enough space to stand, that means you're allowed to crouch. No, I'd find space. Look, I got skinny legs. I would just put my legs somewhere. I know, but I understand these small elevators. You're talking about the old school stuff, right?
Yes.
And these are old elevators. And I think Otis Elevators, the company started in the late 1800s, actually, early 1900s.
There's also Wertheim, not only Otis.
I know, I'm just saying the one that's famous in the USA today. Most of my people, hello, Canada. Most of my people are from the US. I think even in Canada, Otis is the big one. I don't know, is Otis from England? No, who cares? I think it is.
We have Wertheim.
Yeah, well, look, everybody has a different thing. But we all like Coca-Cola. I'm sorry, reading. JB says, have a Coke and 23 crowns. I don't get what that means. It doesn't. As Isabel reminds me all the time, I don't have to understand everything.
No.
And that much is correct.
Because if you try to understand everything and you fail, you get crazy after sometimes.
Well, we were talking about crazy the other day.
I mean, you can't get crazy, actually, because you are
well, crazy is a good word. I like the word crazy.
If you are, you can't become. So.
No, we got a good crowd here. Kang is back. I see Kim is in the chat. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show. I know that, look. Press thumbs up before you leave.
At least.
Show some common decency.
Yeah.
Kibi came in and she said, smash thumbs up, folks. And I think that's a nice reminder. The funny thing is that on this show, we're all mods. And of course, it's now day 2 for Candy Smith. Oh no, I hit 10. Isabella, that means I'm going to sing.
Oh, God.
Oh no. Oh no, it went down to 9. I saw it for a second there. I know you're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick. Hello to my lurkers too. You guys are awesome. Usually it's my family and friends and stuff like that, or ex-wives or whatever. I'm making this joke for a long, long time, but usually it is those people. I know because they always tell me, they're like, I didn't really want to jump into the chat. That's fine. You don't have to jump into the chat. I mean, jumping into the chat, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm watching, whether it's JujuBot or Gramps. I don't even join the chat anymore. I just like sit back and relax and enjoy my propaganda. I'm not really like, unless I see somebody like, you guys, if I see, like my tiny crew, my regulars, if I see you guys on, I'll be like, hey, John, hey, JB, and so forth, right? But normally, I don't, there's A lot of people that they forgot about Black Chicken Patrick. They forgot about Alex Whittier, and that's fine. Uh, because my show is about nothing, and in my chat, I don't know. You guys are in charge of the chat. Hold on, is my chat about nothing too? If my show is about nothing, that means my chat is about nothing. Yeah, it is cool. So it's like. So tell me what song you want to hear and all that stuff. It's really really easy. Okay, nobody's giving me a request, I'm look. The more I talk, the less I drink. I need to get I need to get what my mom told me. I need to wet my whistle. No, I will not be whistling tonight. Maybe I should play a whistle song. No, I'm not talking like this is a whistleblower joke. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, except for Isabella. Look, 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 look. When I say my show is about nothing, it's incorrect. So sometimes it gets really good. It's just most of the time it sucks. No, when I say that, I mean it in a positive way. It's supposed to be. Look, I'll be honest with you. I'm doing this for myself, right? So for me, it allows me to not watch the news, positive, whatever propaganda of the day is that I'm bouncing onto. I don't care if it's BBC or Sky or New York Times or look. There's so much information bouncing around. This is why I love music. Is because if the music is wrong, you know what? The music sucks. It's called wrong. It's called wrong notes.
But you have to do it.
But when the press is wrong,
ouch, my nose.
can't believe it. But when the press is wrong, it's not wrong notes. It's just now everybody says fake news. But it's like, but with look, as a songwriter, maybe I should play Ben Armstrong. I said I was going to play him. No, I did have a little meeting. The walruses. I mean, Isabel. Look, she said, Blakey, did you hook up with Ben? She saw me with Ben earlier. Well, saw me walk out to Ben.
No, actually, it was funny. You can tell the story. I think.
No, I mentioned it that I said Ben showed up. I said, but I said I don't.
He's ringing our door without appointment. I
there was
go
no
there.
appointment.
I say hello. And he says, Ben here, come down.
That sounds like Ben.
No.
And then when you
And anyway, he didn't want me to come down.
no, he wanted me to come down, and I had just come out of the shower, so my hair was wet, right? And it's not super warm today, but it was humid. But I thought, oh, okay. So I got myself dolled up, and which means put on clothes, and a hat on over my a ski hat, or whatever they call the thing, and over my head, so my hair. Look, and no, it was funny. It was funny talking with him, and no, it was the reason why I brought this up. Oh, he's doing this DS stuff is coming up, and this is our last chance to really regroup. We got a week now, and then he's going back to Munich, which I didn't realize. It's at a different place this time. So this one is going to be filmed, not live, but recorded. Looks like the TV show is going to be in January or something. We'll find out. And I hope that he keeps on going to the next level. But he made it through the first one, which was by a place called Bodensee. I think that's what it's called, right? Bodensee? It's a lake that's
yes.
situated in the middle of Switzerland, Austria, and Germany. And I don't know if it touches Liechtenstein. I'm not that good at the map, but
No.
it's in that area. Thank you. That was a setup joke.
Bodensee.
It touches 3 countries,
Yeah.
and it's a beautiful, actually a rather large lake.
You have to do that.
Yeah, what's your nose, babes? The walrus has a cute nose. I don't want to burn it. Okay. I tell
Very
you,
soon I am a black-nosed walrus.
Vacky walrus.
Black-nosed walrus.
Okay. Look. What else is on your mind? That's right. She said she doesn't want to be on my
Okay.
show. The gal who just talked to me for the last 5 minutes. Hold on a second. Or is that the CBD talking? Huh?
Goose.
She said could be.
Goose.
Yeah, that goose means could be.
Goose means shut up.
Goose means Sierra La Boca? Oh, no. Look.
Aber Zuschluss.
Okay. Look. Here's where it gets funny. And I'll be honest with you. Everybody knows the Black Fitzpatrick show is about optimism.
Selber schuld.
When we get signs, I like to say signs from God. I'm not a Scientologist or anything. I'm not pushing anything. I'm not L. Ron Hubbard. He didn't push anything. He just wrote a book. I'm like L. Ron Hubbard. Don't blame me for Scientology. But no. The fun part about it is now 0159. Whoa, hold on a second. Addiction. No, I'm not going to say the word Jane next. Jane's Addiction. I'm not going to play Jane's Addiction. I actually don't really like them that much. I saw them at Brixton Academy. Bad concert. I almost walked.
It's hard.
You're watching the Black Fitzpatrick Show, the king of lo-fi, the king of trying not to burn his walrus's face off. Well, speaking of Richard Pryor, and the movie Face Off. Oh, that's a great movie, huh? John Travolta. I know the walrus likes John Travolta. How come all the girls like John Travolta? What's up with this John Travolta thing?
I don't like it that much.
Okay, good.
I liked him the most in the movie Michael, I think is the name, where he plays
Michael's a great movie.
the angel,
That's a nice movie.
the fucked up angel.
Excuse me, the show's PG-13.
But it's true.
Yeah, but please swear in foreign
The
language.
drunk angel, whatever.
I know, I saw it.
I think he's drunk, or what is he doing? He does. It's like the what's the superhero movie you liked that much?
Which one? Superhero movie that I
Yeah,
like?
that's
No,
one.
this would be revealing. Which one?
Yeah, the one you liked that much that you constantly or very often watch it or regularly watch it.
Superhero.
Also the one who does a lot of stupid things.
Oh, the one with Will Smith.
Yeah.
No, that's a great movie.
I think
Hancock.
this is, Hancock. It's
I like Hancock.
quite similar plot actually.
I think that one came out before
Well,
Hancock.
maybe
though.
not similar,
I
but
think
yeah.
it came out before
But
it.
they both should be perfect, but everything else is perfect.
No, John Travolta, I know him from the TV show Welcome Back, Kotter. As a kid, I watched that show in reruns. I'm not that old, and but Welcome Back, Kotter was a cool TV show, and he was Vinny Barbarino, and he played the dumb Italian guy who was good looking but really had no brains, and he always was surrounded with ladies, because he's good looking, right? And then after that, he did Saturday Night Fever. And that propelled him to boom, and he got the Hollywood star, and then tons of other movies. But I like that movie Face Off. Face Off was a good movie. I did like that movie with Nicolas Cage as well. But no, I am not. Look. I'll be honest with you. This, that, and the other thing.
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
for time, what's the right? In this thing called right. Feeling like a double round double on the heavenly level. Ready to race, turn up the trouble. Like for mine, taking like all the time. 7, 14, wise, the line. Radiac, put it in the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James. Quality, I possess on stay on press. With my voice on stoop, the rest of the life before that I can hold it. Tell me with a lyric on the dance, these stolen, they all snap. Don't need the police, you gotta say that your voice is sleep. So please, stay on my back, or I will attack, and you don't want that. Quality, I possess on stay on press. With my voice on stoop, the rest of the life before that I can hold it. Tell me with a lyric on the dance, these stolen, they all snap. Don't need the police, you gotta say that your voice is sleep. So please, stay on my back, or I will attack, and you don't want that.
Snap. I tell you, I'll say it, look. They did have a couple of follow-up singles, but one-hit wonders. I don't know why I love one-hit wonders. It's like, wow, that song was like super great. And don't get me wrong, my favorite groups are like Rush and Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, and they have like millions of hits in my mind. And then there's these groups that just show up and they have just one song, and it's remarkable. It's actually above average. I mean, it's excellent. And these one-hit wonders, I hope one day I could do something like that. It'd be really cool to have on my gravestone. At least you had a one-hit wonder. I'll be honest with you. If something like that happened, it'd be like, is this magic?
Spirit moving every time I'm moving, rolling like a cyclone in my mind. Sweet Melissa, angel of my lifetime, answer to all answers I can find. Baby, I love you, come, come into my arms. Let me know the wonder of all. Baby, I want you now and hold on, friends. Could this be the magic at last? Lady, take me high above the hills, high up where the stars I could walk my world, never leave till my life is done. Baby, I love you.
What I read Jackie, some super that is simply when I read the sentence,
At last, could it be magic? Come, come, come to my arms. Oh, let me know, baby, I want you now, fast. Could this be the magic at last? Could it be magic? Come, 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 come. Baby, I want you
tells people that I don't like their films and answer them things because I don't like them.
That's funny.
Not the first time.
Nobody's correct, right?
Not
Did
the
say
first
hi.
time. Yeah, that's right.
You talked a lot.
It's not the first time. That's why I would be nice if
Look
you
right.
correct it.
Barry Manilow. Oh, I love playing that song because that song. I always know that YouTube and Facebook, they don't care about that song. They're like, play it. they're like, it looks like if you play elevator music, you don't get banned. You know what? To be honest with you, speaking of, Isabel was telling a great story already about the other thing in Joan. You know, Isabella's been talking like crazy lately. She told a story about elevators. Was it 4 people stuck in an elevator?
Yes.
4.
Yeah, and also said hi before.
I know you said hi. John, maybe you were walking out of the room, but we had a great update about Isabella's fun. There was 3 funny things. The elevator story. What was the second one? Oh no, she was breaking. No, not funny. It was just stuff. She almost slipped and fell. And I'll be honest with you, we're over 30. You don't want to slip and fall. Being over 30 is that's where you get to watch yourself.
Yeah, I only broke 1 glass.
All you did was break a glass to save yourself from whatever, breaking something else. Look, it takes longer to heal it. I figured this out. I banged my foot up. I put it on my show. Like, that was like a year and a half ago, right? How come I still have feeling there? I didn't really break it, but I like really screwed it up. I hit a nerve or something. I think it's nerve damage. Is that what they call this stuff? I don't know. I think I have nerve damage. But and Kim is getting ready for Halloween. Look. Hey, I just want to enjoy the end of September. To be honest with you, I know it's almost the end of September. I'll be honest with you. I actually love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year for the U.S. and A. Otherwise, if I was in Switzerland, I would say it would be May Day. I like that one. It's kind of cool. Bonfire, huge fires and stuff, and weird poles and gothic stuff. If Mike Gonzalez is still watching, you would love May Day in Zurich. I had a great time when I was there. That was an interesting, festive feeling. What are my other favorite holidays? That's Guy Fawkes. Oh, yeah, Guy Fawkes Day in England. That's a great holiday. Also, it's pretty close to Halloween. It's actually, I think it's like the November 2nd, if my memory serves. Look, we were talking about England early in the show, and it's been a while since I've been in England, but I tell you, I think the 8 years that I spent there probably is enough to give me a PhD in London. So that part I think I've figured out in my life, so I can move forward. Look, you're watching the King of Lo-Fi. This is by request. Look, I'm going to play the one that has the most views. This is for JB. Super Drag with their one-hit wonder, Sucked Out. I hope it sounds great on your end. I never heard this one. Thank you, JB. Let's check it out. Literally.
Look around, could it bring somebody down if I never made a sound again? Already spent my life when you're walking to the next thing. Kissing the crowd, 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, way out my Who sucked out the feeling? Who sucked out the feeling? Everybody knows that we did what the show's out there. Looking good, rocking out like a dream, all I like is so true. Chasing the bride, 45 minutes aside. This was my dream, way out like in the team. Who sucked out the feeling? 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 Who sucked out the
Super Drag. Sucked out the feeling. That was by request for JB, and JB, you are 100% correct. That is a one-hit wonder. I never heard that song before. I don't think the Walrus did either, but it's a hit. Who sucked out the feeling? That's the type of thing we like in the Blackie Fitzpatrick show. Hooks, melodies. In German, they call it earworm. It's like a worm that goes into your ear. You can't get it out. You're thinking to yourself, what's on your mind? Information Society by request. This one goes out to Candy. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds great. I love this group. I never played them before on my show. After the commercial break, you're going to hear it live in Lo-Fi. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Information Society. What's on your mind?
I want to know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I want to know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Your energy. Your energy. Information Society. No, I bought that record. I was just telling Wallace, my brother turned me on to that stuff. Hi, Jim, if you're watching. My brother turned me on to. He was like, he beat me on that group. I didn't know about them until my brother turned me on to them, and I was like, nope, I hadn't heard about Information Society. He says, you got to check this out. I think it was a cassette tape that I had. I had the Walkman in those days, so I must have been 17. Great stuff. They had I actually liked every song on the record. I'll be honest, I like the production style of the song. Listening to it now, decades later, I think to myself, I can see it wasn't really like the Doobie Brothers or AC/DC. It wasn't like a mega smash hit, but the sound was really cool. And Information Society. No, a great request. I know I have a bunch of other requests coming in here, but I'll be honest with you, my chat is moving faster than I am right now. So if I'm missing anybody's request, I want to apologize right now. I'm trying to get an update on JB. JB, when ready to take over the show? I'd love to go over and check out your show. You said you were collecting your thoughts. I'd love to be able to close this down here. And okay, now I see a request here from Mike and JB. I'll give you the show, man. You know what I mean? Our people. So when I kill this one, you guys, everybody's gonna go over to JB anyway, and we all say hi. And JB has different people than me, but half of us. Oh no, that didn't work. Why is it? Okay, thank you, YouTube. I love you, and Google, and the same company, and whatever. Take two. It's so weird. Okay, this time it seemed to work. This is really short. Hold on a second. Okay. I'll play short stuff. You're watching The King of Lo-Fi. Fantasia. Fantasia. Coral. Look. That was my request. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Bear with me. You're watching the Black Effects Back Show. James is now 0230. You are watching The King of Lo-Fi. Crank it up. Hope it sounds good in your end. New Radicals. Look. You get what you give. It's philosophy. You get what you give. You only get. Look, they do variations of how he sings it. I like that song. That's definitely a one-hit wonder. What's the other big song from the New Radicals? Nothing. I love one-hit wonders. It's just fascinating. I can't think of another one. There's so many groups, Blur, tons of groups that they like have one hit, and you think to yourself, "Wow." Now this group, I'm going to play another song here. I'm still waiting on JV. JV, Dude Man, let me know when you're ready to start it up. It is now 0235 here. Happy Friday night for everybody in the US and A. And hello to my lurkers. You guys are great. Thanks for being a part of this experience, the Blackie Fitzpatrick experience. I can't speak French, but I did manage to meet. There's two guys in this group, and one of the guys is really, really nice, and the other guy is a jerk. But I'm sorry. I did. When I said I'm not political and I'm not religious, I didn't say I wasn't judgmental. No. Look, I could tell a lot of funny stories. Look, but I like this, and it was a pleasure for me actually to perform a concert together with this group. I opened up for this group back in the old days. It was sort of like an World AIDS Day concert in the they call it the City Hall, StufF. It's like the big place. And I did a concert there, and I opened up for a group called Erasure, and this is by request. Oh, hope it sounds good at your end. They're a cool group. One guy's a jerk. The other one's cool.
Sorry.
Erasure.
There's a little bit of
The walrus says, I don't really care about if he's a jerk or not. But I tell you what, when I met the lead singer, this is one of these ads. Thank you, YouTube. You guys are great. No, but when I look, we were backstage at this big concert place, right? You know, StufF has, I don't know how many people sitting there, a lot, and thousands of people, and we were in this, you know, and we opened up for them. There was another guy that opened up for us. It was Hermes Fettberg. You might know him. This was a big gig, actually. There was posters all around town. Like the poster mafia people put posters, big ones, everywhere, with Trapped Instinct. For anybody who doesn't know Trapped Instinct, I'm pushing this one this week for some reason. I don't know why. But just a couple of funny videos, because I can't play them here because it's not PG-13. But for anybody who's over 16, that's kind of my judgment thing now. I think 16 is the legal age. Look, I heard there was some fluff story that I heard today that I can't remember what state it was, Washington State, where they changed the you can't buy cigarettes until you're 21. I don't want to ask the walrus. You said you want me to make another CBD thing for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Like super light one.
Bernie. A Bernie PRG. Okay, I'll do a Bernie PRG for you. PRJ. And And I thought, wow, 21. And I'll be honest with you, I thought of my daughter, and I thought I started smoking when I was 22. So I kind of believed all that propaganda that was pushed. But in Austria, it looks like you're allowed to smoke when you're 16. You can't vote until you're 18. So you can smoke.
You drink before you can vote. Yeah.
You can drink and smoke before you can vote. So, which is rather interesting.
I think it's okay.
I have no idea.
If you're able to control your smoking and your drinking, you shouldn't. Yeah, vote.
Well, that's the funny thing is that
Otherwise,
you can't drink or smoke until you're 21 now in parts of my country. You got to be 21 years old, but you can vote at 18.
Yeah,
which means
you can
everybody's
drive,
sober.
So you,
everybody's sober, at least, well, on paper, because it looks like there's a lot of underage drinking. That's what we call it in my country.
Yeah,
I think in Austria,
kids do it anyway. This is better if it's allowed.
No. I think in Austria,
not every
in Germany,
kid is a criminal because the kid tries to smoke or tries to drink.
In German, I don't think
it's a criminal, so it's better if it's allowed.
I agree 100%. My dad was always cool. Every time I was doing parties, I was like 14 years old, and I did my first barn party as a drummer, and we had, I don't know, over 100 at least. I don't know, maybe 2, and a lot of people were drinking, and my dad didn't drink. You know, he didn't even care. It was just accepted. It was like whatever, right? Kids will be kids. And I'll be honest with you, the first time I had a cigarette in my hand, I was really young. You find that stuff, and they tell you don't do it. So of course you try it as a kid, right? The thing that I failed at was I never inhaled until through my immune system, or because I didn't smoke or drink throughout my whole whatever, right? Getting to even past puberty, way past puberty. Does that mean I'm going to be healthy? I ran marathons when I was a teenager, 2 times. The Boston Marathon. That's pretty cool. Okay, I didn't finish it. I did a half marathon. That's pretty good, actually.
If you run 100 meters at the marathon, then you also did the marathon, huh?
No, I did 13 miles.
It was a question.
But my dad wanted me to run 200 meters and come back, and I had too much fun, so I kept on going. Look, I was wearing a Rush t-shirt, and everybody kept on saying, Rush, Rush, Rush. So my name turned into Rush. Oddly enough, the next year, my first DJ show, I was called Al Rush. Thank you, Sigmund Freud.
Better than Rash.
Better than Rash? Girlfriend. Look, okay, we got to... Before everybody fades away, I got a request here. This song is Fade Away from a musician who is... I never met him. I met people who worked with him, and I know... a lot of stories about him behind the scenes. He's a pothead, Todd Rundgren. This song is called Fade Away by request. No, he worked with XTC, did a great record. They complained about him being stoned. Todd Rundgren, by request. Great song, I tell you. And what I never heard that song actually before, so thank you, Kim, for that request. But I know Todd, a couple of his records, and he has this unique style of singing, and it's totally Todd Rundgren. And I mentioned the XTC record, which he produced, and it made XTC's first #1 hit. Maybe I should play that song. Actually, I think I'm going to play that one. This is a song written by a philosopher, a friend of mine, Andy Partridge. He's the lead singer from XTC, guitar player, songwriter. And he was a friend of mine for a long time. And haven't chatted to him for a while, but he lives in Swindon, England. And it was always fun for me to talk to him from Boston. I tell you, every time I got a free phone, I would call him up and just chat his ear off. And I'll be honest with you, he really likes Chimneys. And on their, I don't know, is it the 5th record? They hired Todd Rundgren to be their producer. And the album basically was a flop, except there was one B-side from a 45. The single was called Grass. That one didn't work. You'd think Grass would work. Oh, that's right, Grass. That reminds me, sorry. And you like that, Chuck? Mm-hmm. And the B-side from the title, the one they pushed was called Grass. And the backside, which usually is like a flop, it's funny how the record companies get it wrong sometimes, but they're like, maybe it could be something. So they put it on, and this song is called Dear God from the group XTC, and this is produced by Todd Rundgren. So, Kim, thank you for making me think about this song. Great song. After the commercial break.
Tissan köpte Kelly's chips fast med fristående Helt good.
It says buy potato chips. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Hope it sounds good on your end. This is a beautiful song.
But all the people that you made, you makes me the star of the cause they don't get enough to be Can't believe it. Don't believe it. I won't believe it. Have no sense, no sense, no devil's words. The pretty games, no phony crime. You're always with us. You won't stop. The words you bring, the things you do. All that sin and
XTC with their maybe it wasn't number one, maybe it was like top 40, but that actually charted one of Todd Rundgren's biggest successes. And I'll be honest with you, I like that song because when I first heard that song, I was studying atheism, and one of the things that as I got older, I learned, and I should play this song next, actually. I learned that.
Yeah, what?
Huh?
What?
You want to hear what I learned?
Yeah, because of that, I said, what?
No. Look. I learned about something. Maybe I should say relearned, because Rush wrote a song when I was younger. Maybe I didn't really understand it, but there's this another philosophy or theory about the word free will. And in this lyric from Ecstasy, it's about how God creates war and kills people. That's the atheist easy one to go to, right? If there was a God, why does he make tornadoes? Whatever, right? Earthquakes, stuff like that. If there really was a God, why would he do bad things to the things that he made in his image? That's quoting from the Bible, right? Mm-hmm. We're supposed to be like God. So, but that song does. No, my dad taught me this stuff. It's the Book of Job. It has to do with free will, and that's the part where we get to be jerks. Even the police say it. It's not against the law to be a jerk. It really isn't. And hey, what do you want to do? Well, I'm going to become a jerk. It's not against the law. In my country, we have what I think it's called the First Amendment. You're allowed to say whatever you want to. It can be rude. It can be crude. It can be lewd.
Yeah, this is my mom.
That's what I'm talking about. And so God gives us free will. And so look. A lot of people, they like to blame problems on certain people. They go, hey, you know what? I have a problem in my life, so I'm going to blame it on somebody because I don't want to take responsibility for the fact that I have a breath in my body.
Yeah, most of the people do that.
Well, that's called the norm. Yeah, it's normal.
I think everybody does it once in a while.
I think I've been guilty a couple of times. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So look, so we get that part. So we go, okay. But look. I don't think that. And my mom was talking about. Hi, mom, if you're still watching. But I know, mom, you were on there earlier, and talking about. And I don't want to get political here. This is not religious or political. I know it sounds like it is, but it isn't. I'm trying to be like Blackie. I'm trying to be like common sense and like normal. I'm not a sheep on the hill. Okay. I'm also not the black sheep. You know, whatever. Okay, maybe I am. I'm not a punk rocker. A lot of people say, Blakey, we can't figure you out. And I say, I know. And so everybody could just call me hippie punk. So it's like, I'm like, whatever, right? Doesn't really matter. Can hippie punks go to university? Who cares? You can buy the books yourself. You don't have to go to university to get smart. Just buy the books. The only thing that happened when I went to university is they told me to read these books. That's it. And then discuss it. Really? That's just cat's out of the bag. The secret about university is read these books and talk about it. Look, anybody can do that stuff. You don't need look. And all the weird stuff. Look, nobody needs anything. I'll be honest with you. Okay. YouTube is telling me I should play this stuff. I don't really feel like it. No. YouTube, I love you. You guys are great. They pay me this. Look. You said Bernie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is now 0300. That number's round-ish. A little bit heavy on the 2 zeros on the right side, but easy number to remember. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You guys are great. No, 6 o'clock for anybody watching me on the West Coast. And the rest of the world is asleep. It's the way it should be? No. Unless you're on the night shift. No. Look. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I like a night shift. It's, what do they call it? In the US today, we call it the graveyard shift. Sometimes it's nice, actually. A lot of peace. It's almost like meditation. Usually the work is not that hard. After midnight, for some reason, everything kind of slows down a little bit. Speaking of Halloween, everything is a little bit like, look, it's the death shift. It's kind of funny. One has an opportunity to adjust. Look, it's the same thing as jet lag. It doesn't really matter. You get used to it really quick. You go, okay. You go to bed when the sun comes up. Pretty cool. You when you wake up, you get to see the sun for about 2 hours. Normally, in my case, I would sleep in a room that has blacked out windows, so there was no sunlight ever coming in to that room. It was it made candles really nice. I tell you, candlelight is makes everything more beautiful. Even if you're just looking at a cassette tape that says Metallica, it's like it's in candlelight. Look, when I said the black, I've been playing this song a lot actually, and you know what? I think I'm gonna play it again because I like this song. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. Hope it sounds great on your end.
Early morning yesterday, I was up before the dawn, and I really haven't enjoyed my stay, but I must be moving on. Like a king without a castle, like a king without a throne, I'm moving on and on, I'm moving on. And I believe in what you say, 'cause I'm just getting there. But I have to have things my own way to keep me in mind. Like a ship without an anchor, like a ship without a tree. I don't know what she believes, take my breath, my dream. I don't know what time, shine like oh, behind me, oh, with you. Now something you and something you don't, something you just can't tell. Something will and something won't, something still stands well.
Supertramp. Look, I love that song. And to be honest with you, I think that song loves me. Hey, Yin Yang. Look. Isabella says, hi back. I'm starting to sound like Neil Cavuto. Look. Look. The fun part about, for anybody who doesn't know, Yin Yang is in Vienna like me. So we got basically half of the planet watching us right now. Hello to anybody from Singapore. Then we would have just about everybody. Good morning, Singapore. You guys are having a really, really great day. And I know it's warm, but put the air conditioning on, or keep it on, and everything is going to be like it is always normal. No, we got a bunch of other requests coming up here. You guys are really great. It looks like, did JB pass out? Mods, let me know if JB's live right now, because if JB's live, I'm going to say bye-bye to you guys. I don't want to say goodbye, stranger. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. But Yin Yang just joined, so now's your chance to put in the last request. Hold on a second. The last song. Could be. The back show is about acceptance. Look, a lot of people like. I'll be honest with you. Some people juxtaposed. Look, that's not a word that I use lightly. Okay. Look. There's a beginning. There's the middle. I'm simplifying. And there's the end. Think about look. The Black Fitzpatrick show was about breathing. And I have no problem with saying, look, I was talking about Rico Kasich. Now I can finally say his name right. Met the guy, never even knew how to say his last name. I met Rico Kasich, but his name is Rico Kasich. And in his case, it was the last doodle just before he fell asleep at night and didn't wake up. That's the way I want to go. If I'm going to have to do it, people write songs called The Last Dance. Well, how about The Last Song? You're watching The King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds great on your end. This is by request. Check it out.
Did you know I'd go to sleep and leave the lights on? Hoping you come by and know that I was home, still awake. But 2 years go by and still my life to say. But this is all that I can take. It's the last song I'll ever write for you. It's the last time that I'll tell you just how much I really care. This is the last song I'll ever sing. yes I do. Yes I do. All the times that I spent waiting, wondering where you are. Always knew the time would come when I would start to wonder why. Now the time is here, I don't know where you are. So I'll write you one more song, but it's the last time that I try. It's the last song I'll ever write for you. It's the last time that I'll tell you just how much I really care. This is the last song I'll ever sing for you. Come looking for the light, and it won't be there for long. Oh, yes, I do. It's the last song ever I sing. It's the last song I sing. It's the last song ever I sing. It's the last song.
That was a hard break. Last song by request. No, I never heard that song before, so thank you, Mike, for that request. Here's a commercial. Thank you, YouTube. Look, that tells me that I was watching the clock there actually, and then the song abruptly was just turned off, and so I thought to myself, should I press the panic button? And I said, nah, it doesn't really matter anyway. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. 0315. Look. Today's show is called whatever I wrote. You like that joke?
Yeah, it's called whatever.
It's called whatever I wrote. I can't remember. It was something. It wasn't the word something, but it was. Look. Nobody wrote to me. Is JB live yet? No, I think he passed. JB has this habit of taking naps, especially when he says he's going to go live after me. That makes him sleepy. It's like, what's that stuff that you eat that makes people sleepy? What's that stuff called? Well, chamomile tea, for a start. Not the ball stuff that I'm talking about. But there are certain foods that make. Is it chicken? No, there's something. If you eat it, it makes you sleepy. Pork? No. Turkey. Now I remember. Turkey. Thanksgiving. Look, in America, everybody understands this part. Every time when you go to Thanksgiving dinner, usually, around my house, it would be like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on the Thursday afternoon. Because of course, it's always the last Thursday in November. And Thanksgiving. Well, look, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Of course, we have Halloween coming up, but I still want to enjoy September. And I'll be honest with you, I love playing. Look. Girlfriend, look. Okay, good. She's. Look. If anybody hears, it sounds like maybe an echo, right? I'm not working with effects here right now. I'm working with a walrus. Officially, you're now my co-producer.
Okay.
She said, okay.
Oh God, I said not okay.
She says, oh my gosh. The show is PG-13. Okay. Look. This is not the first time that you've taken the role. Sometimes you're like my major producer. That's when you're like actually when we can see your face right now, but we can hear your voice sometimes. Sounds like an echo.
Hmm.
I thought she was going to say echo. Okay, look. No, I have bigger fish to fry. No, I am the king of lo-fi.
Mushrooms, not fish. Or rice balls.
Mushrooms are tomorrow. No. I think I want to buy champignons. I don't know why.
Champions.
Not champions.
You said champions.
Champignons. I'm trying to speak French. Champignons. What do you guys call it in German? Champignons, or
Champignon.
yeah, whatever. I can't speak French. Look,
You realized it now.
no, everybody
Too
knows.
late.
Look, no, too late. Correct. No, I studied Spanish for a little bit, and I learned German by watching Baywatch. Look, you read my book. No, I read it to you. You were in the bathtub, half asleep, so you never really read my book, did you? Which is cool, actually. It's kind of funny. She's like, I don't need to. I live with it every day because the black.
Yeah.
No, it's true. You don't need to. I'm being honest. I wrote this book for my daughter when she gets older. When she's 16 years old, I'm going to give it to her because I thought maybe I'll have enough. You know, they say sweet 16, you're supposed to buy your daughter a car, right? Do you guys have this tradition over here in Austria? She thinks I'm joking. Well, in America, when your daughter turns 16, you're supposed to buy her a Cadillac convertible or something like that.
Stupid. The first car should be something which doesn't matter if you smash it up.
No comment. And but that's kind of like I remember pictures of my mother when she was a teenager in her Thunderbird 57. And that was kind of it's a tradition that they show it in TV shows and movies, and it's part of we call it Sweet 16. And I thought to myself, just in case I don't have enough money to buy a $75,000 car for my daughter, she can read my book because it is rated R. Look, okay, maybe rated X, but there's no picture, so it's not triple X. This is not a weird show. The show is PG-13. Look, clink. Cheers from Vienna. You didn't finish that thing? Okay, good.
Too slow.
Me too. Look at me. I'm
You're always slow. It's nothing to talk about.
Incorrect. The other night, I was playing a concert with Weinhauer, with Philip and Anna from Weinhauer, and the headliner guy, the bass player guy, we kind of buddied up a little bit, right? Because we were playing bass in the same place. And he had a 5-string as well, like me. And I asked him after the concert. He says, "You guys are great." And I said, "Thanks, man." And I said, "Could you hear my fingers?" And when I said it to a bass player, he knows what I mean, right? He said, "Yep." And I said, "Great." Because for me, it sounded like it was a great sound. So when I'm playing bass, sometimes I'm really fast. But all other times, correct. No, I definitely am slow. I learned that by living in Florida. I think I learned a lot of stuff by living in Florida. Number one, grapefruit is sweet. It's not sour. First start. Oranges are not sweet. They're mega sweet. Is that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the difference between look. I don't want look. Okay, I'm not going to say that joke. But look, the climate has there are certain produce that look. I'm not bragging about bananas. You got to go to Costa Rica to get the bananas. Yes, we have no bananas. Hold on a second. I'm off track. No, I'm actually straight on track. No, I'm off actually. I forgot to read the chat. Look. Okay. That's a funny joke from Mike. Mike comes in. He says, "Your co-producer?" Question mark. Walrus must be stoned. Don't do it, Isabella. That's a funny joke, actually. I thought that. Thank you, Mike. No, I like that joke. That's a good joke. Isabella liked it too. Don't do it. Look. No, I'm look.
So dangerous.
It's too dangerous. No, it's only live on YouTube, right? And and it can be held in a court of law as evidence.
That's why we always stick by it. Why I think you shouldn't talk the whole time about it, but it's pointless.
Everything I do is evidence right now, right? Now I'm like basically not like live surveillance, but in they can go. He said something in whatever, right? I've been doing the show for a year and a half. So Blackie Fitzpatrick said in 2018, for example, right? He said this, and then they can use that. I'll say it again. I was watching this murder case, and they were talking about this. That you don't really see murder cases live, and this is one of the Frank Zappa C-SPAN things, and it wasn't like they don't show it. CNN and Fox wasn't even playing it. Nobody was playing this. But there are places where you can go where you can watch like real live stuff happening. And Fox 10 Phoenix is really great for this one. And I got a chance to watch. I told you about this cop.
With the 6-year-old.
Well, I learned a lot today, and I got to watch her talk. She broke down in tears, by the way.
Good.
She feels like she's in hell. She knows that she made a mistake.
It's a kid. It's crazy. If a country allows crazy policemen to take kids to prison, then something is very wrong.
No, you're talking about the Orlando story.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what happened. It's not about that story.
Okay.
No, it's okay. I'm talking about this is in Dallas, Texas, where the lady she went to the wrong apartment building. And she shot her neighbor.
The policewoman, yeah.
The policewoman, yeah. She's 31 years old, and she looks like a really nice gal. I'll be honest with you. And she totally screwed up. And she's got a really good. I'll say it quickly. She has a really good defense team, and the defense team interviewed everybody who lives in that complex, and they all said they had the same problem many times, or at least once or twice, and sometimes more. Is that because they were looking for parking? You would understand this story because Isabella sometimes she's always looking for a parking spot, right? And they have, but this is a place that had a parking lot, and then you go out to your apartment. So they were driving around in circles, up and down, like a parking lot thing, right? That's the part I didn't know. I thought that she was really off.
Yeah.
But she had been driving around, and they say a lot of times the third floor where she lived in, the parking lot is full. This is what the defense team, pretty good defense, right? And they said, well, you know what? A lot of people get lost, and they had witnesses, and they were live on well, I saw it today, literally, and they said we always got lost, and then when you realize, and part of this is like legal stuff, big time, right? And they're like, well, how come we didn't see the number on the door? And the number's up above the door, and we're just kind of spacing out. Yeah, everybody said the same thing. They're just like looking at the floor, make sure they don't step in doggy doo-doo or whatever, right? And it's not like the most fanciest apartment block. I learned that one as well today. But she lived there for like 2 years, and she admitted that she screwed up. She should have pulled back and then called for backup. She admitted that, but she said to her, I want to say the right words. She said she realized that her blood pressure had moved up
because of maybe driving around like crazy and being tired.
But she said she was relaxed when she came home, and she was looking forward to going. She does her normal after work. She does a routine where she likes to exercise, and she goes to the place around the corner, and the police station is around the corner as well. Everything she was like totally chilled, but her argument is that she got confused by the turnaround, and then her defense lawyers got witnesses from everybody who lives in that place on the third floor. And they said, "Did you ever get lost and realize you're on the fourth?" And they said, "Yep." Could you believe that?
Everything is possible.
No, I thought, wow, it was an interesting case. No, I don't think anybody. Either she's a really brilliant actress, or I'll be honest with you, I think this girl thinks she's living in hell. She said this out loud today. I was watching this live. It was like, I killed an innocent man. And that's confession. She said, "God, forgive me. Take me out of hell." Now, that could be a good script, though, right?
Yes,
I don't know. That's the thing that nobody can know, right? But she said the right words, at least for me. If I didn't think that anybody could fake something, I would be like, that was perfect, because that's where I would be at. I mean, look, I'm not a cop, but you know what I mean. Even if it's called manslaughter, if you're in a situation and somebody dies, you might think, look, I don't know. I hear stories. I never killed anybody. Like I don't really have a reference point. Okay, look, it's official. No, look. What's the song I wanted to play? Now I remember. This is for anybody who watches my show, they know. Blakey has a go-to. Well, guess what?
Yeah, it's also sometimes a goatee.
A goatee?
Yeah,
No, never that long though. Never that long. No, I thought a goatee has to be like have some length, at least an inch or something. I never had a goatee. I mean, I had like an almost goatee. I would say it like that. But I thought the goatee you have to put a rubber band in and all that. That's what a goat would do. Right?
You always say shave the goatee. So.
No, it's a pretend goatee. It's not the real thing. But no, I know what you mean. I'll be honest with you. Look. Thank you guys so much for watching the Black Dispatch show. But I'll be honest with you. I think what everybody needs, and I'm not talking about pina coladas. I'm talking about escape.
I was tired of my lady. We've been together too long. Like a worn-out recording of a favorite song. So while she lay there sleeping, I read the paper in bed. And in the personal column said, what's this letter I got? If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga, if you have a complaint, if you like making love at midnight, in the dews of the cave, I'm the love that you look for, like to be at the state. I didn't think about my lady. I know that sounds kind of mean, but me and my old lady falling into the same old dumb routine. So I went to the paper, took out a person and though I'm nobody's poet, I thought it wasn't half bad. Yes, I like being for love, getting caught in the rain. I'm not much in the fool. I have empty champagne. I got to get you back from home. Cut through all this red tape. And a bar valleys, where we'll plan our escape. So I waited with high hopes, and she walked in the place. I knew a smile in an instant. I knew the curve of her face. It was my own lovely lady, and she said, "Oh, it's you." Then we laughed for a moment. I said, "I never knew that you like me." Getting caught in the rain, and the feel of the ocean, and the taste of champagne. If you like me, love it, get right in the dunes of the cave. You're the lady I look for. Come with me and let's stay. If you like me, get caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga,
Lo-fi.
Monday warrior, keep me trying to make stuff so you make me cry. Love like my friend, getting down to say again. Just going in the fence, like you know the day today. You say you like it's company, you say you're not sorry. That's a mystery, that's a maybe that's his fault. These songs so he gets around you. Space being made to get by.
Rush. Look. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. You have assisted my live broadcast tremendously by playing commercials. One of those songs is kind of cool, but you can get it for free on YouTube. Why would you buy it? That part I don't understand. People want look. I'm in the music business, and it's like, but do people really want to like hold on to a CD? I thought everything is kind of digital nowadays. I mean, in my world, my personal world, I listen to everything on YouTube. I'm happy with that. I have no problem. Like, I really don't have any problem with that stuff. And sometimes people want to ban stuff. Those are good. And then sometimes when people die, you can listen to what they did. I don't know why this week. Maybe it's because of Rico Kasich. Look, all these great musicians in my specific genre, which is pop. I don't care what label you put on, metal pop or look, alternative. I don't care what label it is. It has nothing to do with anything. To write a hit has been kind of the things that I've been like. Hi lurkers. It's kind of the thing that I've been always focusing on. And I remember when I heard this song, and it looks like it kind of flopped a little bit, but not so bad. But you're watching the Black History Stripe show, the king of lo-fi. I'm proud to say that, look, I'm not a prince. That much is for sure. I'm a king. This is Prince. Lovely, lovely song.
You know? You.
Prince. Look. I just got a confirmation from the Walrus here that she doesn't really remember that song. No, that song was a flop. I think it made it into the top 100, but I don't think it made it into the top 40, which is kind of a requirement to get over across the pond. So that's why it's hard to find a lot of music. Also, the other way around. I'll be honest with you. I never even heard of the group The Stranglers. Isabel, do you know the group The Stranglers? She does. I didn't even know about it until I moved to Austria. It's weird, isn't it? Never even heard of them. And I'm like a professional DJ. I was like in record stores all the time. They had no records. And I would check the import section. I never heard about the Stranglers. And I was surprised that a lot of people didn't hear about Bruce Springsteen in England. Did you hear about Bruce Springsteen? How old were you? He was like a mega guy in my country forever. And I was surprised when I was living in England. I know I'm talking about England a lot today. I don't know why. There's something in the air. No, look. The temperatures got a little bit more warm and humid, and I know that there was a heat wave in Boston not too long ago. Looks like it crossed the Atlantic Ocean. We're talking about like the way the Earth rotates at like 1,000,000 miles an hour or something like that. Enough to make us get dizzy. But because of gravity, who was that? Einstein? Some guy came up with this theory. And it's pretty cool, actually. And no, it's the other guy, the Apple thing falling. Look, I'm not an expert at anything. But I do want to look. That made you laugh?
I'm not an expert in anything.
You like that joke?
Mhm.
Okay, that one worked. Look. I'm trying to hold on to. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to an Indian summer, and it'll be great. And today was kind of like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Um, look for early autumn, and the leaves haven't even started to change as far as I can see. So it still kind of is a summery feeling right now. It still kind of feels like summer in Vienna, and but we're getting close to October. I know a lot of people. Look. Yeah, I know Austria, German-speaking language, Oktoberfest. Hmm. Jack Skellington. I love Halloween. Halloween is fun, and I think it's fun. And although if you want to, you can turn Halloween into like a horror movie, like an Alfred Hitchcock thing. Like, no, hold on a second. That was John Carpenter. Look, but Halloween could be like misconstrued, and I don't know. Make a horror movie out of it. It's horror head. It's curvy, like a pumpkin. No, you're just watching like a statue show. Happy end of September. Curve with their song Horror Head. I tell you, I love to teach that song to my bass students, and they realize, so, look, my brother tells me I should say more stories like this, but if a bass player realizes what a major seventh note means, and he can turn it into like a super hit. That song from Curve is super awesome. There's not a note that a bass player normally leads with, and yes, some people call Curve alternative stuff, and I like that. But I definitely I love that bass line, and the bass line is super awesome. I never met the guy. I never got that close to that circle, but I would have loved to shake that guy's hand and say, dude, man, that was a great bass line. And when he found his time, it looks like it was a project anyway. Curve is like it's like this girl guy thing going, and she sings and plays guitar, and he plays bass, and they have drum machines. So it's like it's a 2-man whatever thing, right? Whatever PC, whatever to say. A girl in the gut. Look, I said that already. But when they got a chance to record, that's also a one-hit wonder for me, at least. I know they have some other hits, which I didn't really like, but that song I thought was really, really genuine, and I loved it. And it was definitely. I'm sorry, I'm sticking with this English theme right now. Just like Curve with the song Horrorhead, talking about Halloween, fun, scary stuff, which everybody loves. Nothing wrong with Halloween, fun, scary. Um, but I'm still enjoying September. But I will say, I know everyone's thinking about. Look, I mentioned Thanksgiving, and then of course we're coming into the holiday season right now. But for me, Halloween does start off the Halloween season. But I have no idea why Congress has a 2-week vacation right now. It's really weird. I thought they were all ready to go after August vacation. Watching the King of Lo-Fi. Republica, with their song "Ready to look, Ready to Go." Look, it's Oh yeah. Hello, YouTube. Oh, it's the same ad. Thank you. I think that's the torture that YouTube gave me. They said, well, you know what? You can play all the music you want to play, but we're going to put commercials onto your live show. I think that's a pretty good even Steven deal. I'll say yes to that one. I have no problem. Okay. You guys can put on your. They are kind of short ads. I like the ones where they sell chocolate, though. I don't know. I don't know. I like that stuff. Look. Here's the deal. When you're watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick show, there is no deal. But that's good. Look, think about it. There's probably look. Let me say it in a way that's distinct. A lot of people say, Blackie, you don't really talk about anything. And I tell them honestly, I say, look, I did write the show. Look, I'm writing right now. Think about it. So, as I write this show, I think to myself, opportunities. I never studied business. Reality? I've got some experience with that. But the interesting thing, look, in my business, I'm in the music business. A lot of people, they talk about numbers and they talk about mathematics. And the reality is, and this is, I hope one can find this in a lyric, but I think it's a beautiful lyric. I don't even have to say anything anymore. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi. I hope it sounds great on your end.
Me too. But silence would sound great on my end.
The Tubes. Oh, I love that song actually. She's a beauty. One in a million. Look. Talk about winning the lotto. That song is about winning the lottery, and it's great. Okay. Look, I'm trying my best here. That was a pretend scratch. I'm going to slowly say bye here. Looks like JB. I don't think that's going to actually evolve. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope it does, because I know not everybody's asleep yet, but we're slowly getting into wind down here time. And look, I'm going to play, one or two songs, and then I'm going to finish this video here. And but I want to leave you guys with some great music in lo-fi. Hope you enjoyed on your end. You're watching the king of lo-fi, Mr. Blackie Fitzpatrick. Oh, good, wasn't it?
She's like the wind through my dreams. She's like the night next to me. She makes me feel like all of the yeah. She's taking my heart. She doesn't know what she's doing. Close to me, can't look in her eyes. She's on my lead, just a fool who will keep on anything. She's like the wind. I look in the mirror and all I see is a young old man with only a dream. Am I fooling myself that you come today? Even without her, I don't say you look like your face. She's out of my league. She's like a wind.
Patrick Swayze. R.I.P. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself this week. I have a sneaking suspicion. But what a beautiful piece of music that song is. Look, I'll be honest with you, Patrick Swayze doesn't sound like a super mega pro singer, but that song is just gorgeous. And the lyrics are great and lovely piece of music. And you guys are watching the Black History Special, the King of Lo-Fi. I'm slowly winding down. I'm gonna finish this beer, and then we're gonna say bye and ciao for now. I was waiting for JB, but I'm gonna keep this joke as long as I can. He did say he was gonna go on after he mellowed out after he had his adult medicine. It looks like I think he fell asleep. But I'll be honest with you, like the Black Respect Show is about playing music in lo-fi and lovely pieces of music. And I love your requests. You guys are great. And hi and bye. And I know a lot of people are coming and going right now, and that's fine. I'm about to say bye myself. But here's a song that if I was drinking red wine, I would get emotional. And I'm gonna prove to the walrus right now that I'm actually gonna feel happy. This is Jackson Browne. I love this track. You're watching the King of Lo-Fi.
She's gonna be somebody's woman. Don't be shy tonight. Yeah, she's gonna be somebody's I'm trying to shine, but can't get out of the sky. I know, gotta
You look. I love that song, Jackson Brown. My favorite song from him actually. Beautiful, beautiful song. It knows how to turn on the daddy hormones, but I'll be honest with you, I even felt emotions for that song before I became a father. But I don't know what it is, and I should know because I'm a musical expert. Oh no, I don't have a piece of paper that proves that. No, click, 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 click. Great, great song. Look, no, it's the lyrics is great, the melody is great, the song is great, everything is great. That song is a super, super song. And I'm gonna say bye bye to you guys. I'll look for you guys tomorrow night, Saturday night. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen on the Black Interest Better show? I'll be honest with you, step by step. But hey, right now, our next step is let's go check out JB. Thank you, Mike, for the link and for the heads up. Looks like JB is on right now. So I'll join you guys on the chat. Yin Yang, that means you too. JB's one of the good guys. He's from Boston. And look, he's an asshole just like me. And he's one of the good guys. So I'm going to say ciao for now. Press thumbs up before you leave. Show some common decency. No, actually, it doesn't really matter. Press thumbs down before you leave. Just do something. Make your mark. You've been watching the Blackie Fitzpatrick Show, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao. See you, JBs.